I like Mario Party boss fights. I think my favorite in the series would have to consist of the ones from DS and like Star Rush, but in the Nintendo Switch era of Mario Party, we haven't had any boss fights. They weren't in like Super Mario Party, they weren't in Superstars, but now they're returning. Boss fights are back. If you haven't been in the loop recently, the Sting Bee from 3D World is a boss fight. It's just, you know, your traditional giant enemy, and all you have to do is just jump on its head. It's pretty simple, but Mario Party boss fights do have a little bit more to them than just that. But overall, it's pretty cool to see boss fights make a return, especially in a console Mario Party game. But it makes you wonder, well, it made me wonder, are there going to be any more like 3D world-based enemies because the Sting Bee is from that game? I'm actually not really sure about this. They could take some enemies like the, you know, the Ant Troopers. There's also like the cockatoos, I forgot what they're called, but there's many 3D world enemies they could pick from. It's just an interesting thing to bring up, but I've been seeing some people point out that in the game, we have like 5 main boards, so there'll probably be like 5 bosses in total. That actually isn't too far off from DS's roster of bosses, but I feel like in this game specifically, I don't really know if 5 bosses would work. I'm pretty sure games like Mario Party 9 and 10 had around 10 bosses, maybe 9. I feel like that would be a good enough roster for this kind of game, just 9 of them would work, or 10. Not saying I'm against having 5 bosses in the game, I'm just curious to see what enemies they could pick from, because each board has a different theme to them. Like the Ligor's Tree Party is a nature board, so it makes sense that the Sting Bee is on there. I'm not sure for the rest of the boards, but I could just sit here right now and just name a bunch of Mario enemies that I wouldn't mind seeing as bosses. They probably could bring back a few characters that were bosses, like King Babam. I don't know if that's likely. Spike, he's playable in the game, so I'm not really sure. King Boo, I'm not sure. There's no haunted board in the game. There's also, like a Blooper. I'm not too sure about that either. It's a possibility, but we'll probably be seeing a lot of 3D world-based enemies. I wouldn't mind seeing that mouse enemy be a boss. In fact, that actually could be really interesting. We have a beach board in the game, so we could see, like, some sort of, like, water-based enemy from 3D World. Forgot their names. There's also Rainbow Galleria. I'm not too sure about that one. I don't see them using a 3D World enemy for Rolling Waste Away. I can't even say that board correctly. Knowing that the board is themed after Mario Kart, they could take like a boss from Mario Kart DS, like the Hands, or like the Bully. The Bowser board might just have Bowser on it or some sort of lava-based enemy. Heck, even Bowser Jr. maybe. I know there's 2 returning boards, but they're probably not going to have bosses, but who knows honestly. Now, we have no idea how we're going to access bosses. Probably through like the board as you play through it, or maybe when you're done with it. Basically like Mario Party DS, which I'm okay with. It was just a nice addition to have after you were done with the board, but it's probably like something like that. They'll just do a Mario Party 10 or a Mario Party DS. But overall, it's pretty cool to see bosses returning to the Mario Party series, and hopefully it becomes a tradition they stick with. Depending on what enemies they go with, they could be pretty interesting. So I don't have much else to say about this. I just wanted to talk about the return of bosses in Mario Party, so that's basically it from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.